Jeff Bezos made his first million in 1997 and his first billion in 1999. 1. Amazon's IPO raised $54 million in 1997. That made Jeff Bezos a millionaire at 33. In 1998, he became one of the first investors in Google. Just a year later, he had a net worth of $10.1 billion. As of 2023, it's $169.7 billion. 2. Bezos' dad had no idea he was rich. Jeff's biological father, Ted Jorgensen, was 18 when Jeff was born. He was a circus performer. Jeff's mother left him soon after having the baby. She married Miguel Bezos, who adopted the boy. In 2013, journalist Brad Stone found Ted Jorgensen. Ted worked at a bike shop in Arizona. He didn't even know his son was alive, let alone rich. Jeff and Ted never met each other. Jeff never decided if he wanted to, and Ted died in 2015. 3. Jeff was a teenage inventor. He once built a real hovercraft. It was based on a vacuum cleaner. Jeff added an umbrella, covered in aluminum foil. It had been left over after his solar cooking experiment. Jeff also made his own infinity cube when his mom couldn't afford to buy him one. He rigged an electric alarm to keep his siblings out of his room. 4. The naming of Amazon was a convoluted process. At 29, Bezos left his job at a hedge fund to start an online bookstore. He wanted to name it Relentless, but his friends told him it sounded sinister. Relentless.com still redirects to Amazon.com. Jeff's second choice was Cadabra, as in abracadabra, but his lawyer said it could be misheard as cadaver. Finally, Jeff settled on Amazon. He chose the name because it began with an A. Yahoo, the #1 search engine at the time, listed websites alphabetically. Amazon is named after the biggest river because it has many branches. 5. Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post for cash. In 2013, Bezos purchased the newspaper for $250 million. He bought it in a personal capacity and paid in cash. 6. He once made more than $6 billion in 5 minutes. On October 10, 2017, Amazon published its 3Q earnings report. The American stock market closed at 4 p.m. that day. Amazon was trading at $972 per share. In its aftermarket rating, 5 minutes later, the share price jumped to $1,041.15. For Bezos, this translated into earning $6.24 billion. He owns 17% of the shares. 7. Bezos is building a 10,000-year clock. It's officially called the Clock of the Long Now. The clock is being drilled inside a mountain in West Texas. It will tick once a year. The century hand will advance every 100 years. Every millennium, a cuckoo will come out. The clock will have a different bell ringing sequence for every day. It's supposed to last 10,000 years. The giant clock is almost 2,000 feet above ground. It can only be reached by a rugged path. There are tunnels and chambers inside the mountain. They'll be open to the public once the construction is completed. 8. Bezos played an alien in Star Trek Beyond. Playing a character in a Star Trek movie was Bezos' dream. He has an 8-second cameo as a Starfleet official. He's wearing prosthetic makeup that makes him unrecognizable. 9. Jeff Bezos' divorce was the most expensive ever. Jeff and Mackenzie Bezos divorced in 2019. Mackenzie received 25% of their Amazon stock. That amounts to a 4% share in the company. The couple were worth $150 billion at the time. After the settlement, Mackenzie's worth was $35 billion. Today, she's worth $39.5 billion.